Now I will come to an example. So yeah, so my screen is visible, right, Param?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming to the templates. See, this is a template of IEEE. So it is a two-column template. So all, for example, the guidelines for abstract, guidelines for name, guidelines for title, everything is mentioned. How to write a paper, like how to write subtitles, if any points are there. Just go to, just Google it IEEE template and you will get this template. They also have guidelines for tables, how to write tables, what should be the size of your table. Now, this is a two-column template, but you can also add one column in between. I will explain that with one of my example only. You can add your figures here. What should be guideline for references? How to reference your paper. Each conference or journal also have their specific requirement for referencing too. So kindly look upon it. Next is Springer. So this was one Springer conference, and see that this is one column, see the custom margins, etc. So each conference and it will be very. This is ACM journal template. So again, you can see the difference. The tables are also different. So you just need, so first write a paper and then convert into these. Now coming into example, okay. So this is one of my paper. So this paper got published in an international conference and it came on IEEE Explore 2. So as you can see, this is IEEE conference. So this is IEEE template. So we had started with introduction, literature review. Then in literature review, we explained each and everything. So you can go to IEEE, you can search my name Mihir Gada and you will get this paper. You can download this paper and read if you want. Then this was the methodology. Then results and discussion. Yeah, see. So this was a single column. So you can, a two-column paper does not mean that you cannot write in a single column. If you have a larger image or larger table, you are free to write in a single, put it in a single column. In conclusion, feature, scope, and references. Next is a survey paper. So this is not my paper. I took an example from internet. So this survey paper generally depicts the survey. So it talks about all the various types of algorithms, where they are being used, etc. So if you want to write a survey paper, you need to think really hard, what you want to survey, how much you want to survey, because see, this paper is around 5 to 6 pages and this survey paper is around 20 pages. Survey paper are actually bigger than 10 pages. So keep that in mind if you want to write a survey paper. This was another paper. So this paper was basically based on an application. So reason I'm showing this because we had added our application in the results too. So these are few screenshots of our application. So you can add all those things in a research paper also. Just try to maintain the integrity of the paper because that is very important. Do not write any false language because they will get rejected easily. Do not write any bad words, etc. Because I can't show here, but I had seen people writing really bad stuff in a paper too, and that is not really good. So see, if you want to write a paper, okay, so starting from this example, um, the best tool which I can tell you is, people had asked me Microsoft Word or LaTeX. Best tool I would say is Google Docs. Go to Google Docs, start your paper in two column format. First, start your paper with IEEE format, and then go to then then once you complete your paper, then when you are submitting to any journal, convert it there. Reason being, IEEE format is the best format because most of the research paper where you have read, you will always read it in a two-column format. So while you are writing, it will also help your your visual understanding, how your paper is looking, how it is easy to read. because if your paper is not really good formatted, the readers won't like to read also. So just keep those things in mind. For referencing, use the best thing in Google Docs is comments. Do not reference your the citations and start. Comment all your references first, because try to keep your references in sequence. For example, on first page, if I do reference number 18, that is not good. I start with 1, 2, 3, 4. That is really good in a paper. So first comment all your references. For example, if I would say, yeah, so this is 2, this is 3. So I did a, I typed square brackets and I commented the reference here. So while I'm adding all those references in the end, it will help me to maintain the sequence. And that is really helpful, guys. And try to maintain comments of your references. Try to format your paper in, IEEE format. Like when you start writing a paper now, so you will automatically understand once you start something. So just start your paper if you want to write. Don't think कि कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, etc. एक बार start करोगे ना तो automatically समझ में आ जाएगा. Nobody, like, see, I'm taking this session this way. Nobody taught me anything how to write a research paper. I sat for hours. I researched myself, and that at the end gave me an experience. And now I'm confident to explain you people how to write a research paper, because it although all that hard work I took to write research paper myself. Next comes is research paper तो हो गया, but उसके बाद क्या? That is a very important thing. Create a Google Scholar account. So having a Google Scholar account, if you want to go for masters, or in future if you have some PhD thoughts, is really helpful. Google Scholar is nothing but what Google does is it finds your, like, once your paper is added online, it finds your paper and it consolidates all your research. So having a Google Scholar account is really helpful. It helps you to know how many citations are there in your paper, etc. Next thing is go to ResearchGate and create an account too, because like Google Scholar, ResearchGate has good SEO, search engine optimization, and your paper will get recognized faster. Add paper to your LinkedIn account. The thing which I'm focusing a lot is, like, in my all the sessions, is having a good LinkedIn account, because in future if you want to do job, if you want to start a business, people will get to know from your LinkedIn account. So if you have a good LinkedIn account maintained, it will be really helpful for you. Then send your paper to people, make them read your paper, take some reviews from there, like इसमें और क्या better कर सकते थे, और इसके आगे क्या कर सकते हैं, what do you think, how is my research, etc. All these things help for your search engine optimization. So in future, for example, if you search your topic and if you get your paper on the top, that is really helpful. This will take around time of 1 to 2 years, but it is a long term, I would say a long term advantage. So coming to important points that you need to keep in mind: have a good publication, check plagiarism. Most of people avoid that. One tool which I would say is Turnitin, but Turnitin is paid. So if your college faculty has the access, give them a paper, tell them to provide you the report. Or you do some free plagiarism checker. They are not 100% true, but they will give you around 60% of your plagiarism. Try to remove all that plagiarism. General rule is having 15% is allowed, because in plagiarism I have seen college names also are, they get plagiarized, or some author names also get plagiarized. Like the checking tool doesn't differentiate between author names and college name, etc. So there is some plagiarism that will always be there. Like you cannot be 0% plagiarism in any of your papers. Rule is 15% in total, and from a single source you should not have a plagiarism greater than 3%. It may vary from publications to publication, but this rule is general. Now, once you have, written a paper, have it reviewed by a peer once. So taking my example, whenever I write a paper, I used to send it to my friends, make them review. From there, what happens? If I have done mistake and that is not viewed by me, they can, they can view my mistake. They can suggest how better I can format or what things I can add, to make it interesting for readers, etc. Next is avoid any mistakes, because your paper will get published with that mistake too, and you cannot do anything about that. Like any major blunder can also happen in your paper. So try to avoid any mistakes by writing a paper. Read it twice, thrice, 5 times before publishing, but keep on reading it.